Hi everyone, happy Plushy Wednesday. I'm Crafty Sue. This is my channel. Welcome to any of you who may be new. I hope you enjoy my channel and come back and watch more. There's always something crazy going on here. And of course, to all my sweet regular subscribers, couldn't do it without you. Absolutely could not do this without you. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, have a little bit to talk about today, not a whole lot. And have a surprise. I have a surprise. So you'll see that in a little bit. And I have 10 plushies for you today. Some are duplicates. 2 are duplicates. The rest are not. So, interested in seeing what you think of them, and I'll ask questions as we go. So I know a lot of you were interested in me teaching the 2 little girls how to crochet. Well, we had our second class on Saturday. They couldn't make it on Friday, so we did it Saturday. And they came in, and their homework last week was to just work on chains. My gosh, they came in with chains so long. All I could think of was like that big ball someplace in the country that was rolled up with whatever. And if they took these strings of crochet chains, they could make a big ball. Holy smokes, they made a lot of it. And they did quite well. So I felt they were ready to go on to learning what a single crochet was. So I had them cut those chains off their little skeiny yarn and had them chain 20, I think. And took your advice and excuse me. And with Holly, who is left-handed, I had her sit across from me to try to teach her a single crochet. Didn't work. What they really need to work on, and I really don't know how to stress this more than I have to them, is they have to learn to hold the yarn with one hand and the hook with the other hand, and don't go over and grab things and pull it over the hook with your fingers, because they'll never learn how to do it properly that way. But for fear of boredom for them, I certainly wasn't going to sit there and just do chains again. So I did start teaching them how to do single crochet. Hannah, the older one, got it pretty well. She got a little confused when we had to chain 1 at the end of the row and turn to come back the other way. She had a little trouble seeing where the stitches are, and trying to explain to a novice that the top of a stitch looks like a V. They just weren't seeing it. They just weren't seeing that V. And by the end of our lesson, I think we spent an hour and a half this time. She seemed to be doing okay. She seemed to be doing pretty good. So that's their homework this week, to work on single crochet. And I brought out a couple little things to show them, like a granny square and stuff like that. I said, this is what we want to aim for, making one of these, because the next stitch they learn will be double crochet. Not sure if they'll be ready for that next week, so we may have to just practice single crochets and have them make a little coaster or something like that, something that they can take home with them that they completed. And then I think that'll encourage them to have something little that they can make and finish. So that's the plan. That's my plan anyhow so far. But they are the sweetest things. They are just the sweetest things. Holly, I think she understands how to make the single crochet, but she does the same thing where she grab it with her hand to pull the yarn over the end of the hook. And I've told her a couple of times, don't do that. The hardest part is for you to get used to that, holding the hook and the yarn in the other hand and your tension. You've got to learn how to do that. So we need to practice that and practice that and practice that. But it seemed to go well. I think they were a little frustrated. I don't blame them. I didn't learn to crochet the first time somebody tried to teach me. I got too frustrated with it and went back to it a couple of years later and finally caught on and have crocheted ever since. So it's been over 50 years for me now. But it's tough to teach kids. It really is. It really is, and I so don't want to disappoint them. I do not want to disappoint them. So that was Saturday. Sunday we had a quiet day because my son and daughter-in-law were at a market, the same market I'll be doing, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And they were pretty disappointed. They said it was slow. There wasn't a lot of traffic, which I'm kind of surprised about because when I did it back in April, it was busy. It was really busy. So maybe it just had something to do with it being the first weekend. They do this all 4 weekends in October. So maybe that has something to do with it. And I asked him, I says, was it just your booth or was it everybody who was having issues? And he said everybody. So that does not make me feel too happy about going there on the 19th. But I have way too much stuff to not go. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm getting a little nervous. I am getting a little nervous. I don't like being outdoors because I really cannot tolerate the heat. I went out early this morning. I had to go for my usual lab work, and it was beautiful. It was 74 degrees when I left the house to go and have my blood work done. Oh, it was so nice. Grumpy and I went out for a little bit after that, and by the time we came home, it was 87 degrees. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I hate lab work. I don't know if you can see the bruising. And I don't have any bruising on this hand, but they had to try both hands. There's no way they can get a needle into a vein in my arms. I got tiny little rolling veins, and it's just a nightmare anytime I have to go for lab work. I hate it. I'm going to talk to my doctor next week and say, I do not want to do this every 3 months. Let's at least make it every 4 months, so it's only 3 times a year instead of 4. Don't know if she'll go for it, but that's my goal, because I hate getting stuck with needles. I hate it. And you know what? I told the phlebotomist, I says, I think I feel worse for you than I feel for me getting stuck multiple times because you can't get it in that vein. Because it must be so frustrating to them, and it must make them feel awful that they have to stick somebody more than once. She was very, very nice. Very nice. We had a nice little conversation in between sticks. But she finally got it done, and that was it. And I called Grumpy on my way home, and I says, we're going out. We're going to get something to eat, and because I had been fasting and I was hungry. So we did. We went out for a little bit. That's my morning so far. That's my morning so far. So other than that, it's been a quiet week because I didn't have my football buddies over on Sunday. So we actually only watched one game, I think. I think we just watched the Bucs game. And Monday night we watched the Patriots game. Was it the Patriots? We watched the Patriots game. I don't remember if it was Sunday or Monday. Maybe Monday, Monday was Kansas City. Sunday night was Patriots and Buffalo. It's hard when you like a couple different quarterbacks. I root for my home team, the Patriots. I root for my local home team, the Bucks. And I love Josh Allen, who is the quarterback of the Buffalo. Of Buffalo. So, yeah, that's it. I won't bore you with football, I promise. I promise. So, that's it. It's been a quiet week. Again, I did not start crocheting until Sunday night. I have, and I don't remember if I've told you this before, but I have this condition called Dequavein's tendonitis. I probably already told you. And it's been bothering me a little bit, so I have to be real careful or I'm going to end up at the hand doctors for cortisone injections, and it's been over 20 years since I've needed to do that. But for the last 3 years, I've been crocheting up a storm, so it's caused with repetitive motion, and of course, crochet is very repetitive. So I have to be careful. I really have to be careful. And I try wearing my compression glove, and it doesn't really help. So I've been trying to stick to little things, parfait, chunky yarn, something soft and easy to crochet with, and not too much. I don't think I have anything here. One little thing made with Bernat, and just trying to take it easy. But boy, I got some big markets coming, and I applied for another one. Can you believe it? I applied for one in December. One of the same ones I did last year. So my big market is the weekend before Thanksgiving, and the one I applied for would be December 7th, I believe. But it's a smaller market, one table like the last two I did, so that won't be too bad. I don't need a ton of stuff to bring there. So we'll see how it goes. 'Tis the season. So I need your advice on a couple of things. I'm thinking of doing another video, maybe the beginning of next week sometime, Monday maybe, I don't know, we'll see. And showing you all of my Halloween and fall makes. Now, some of them I may have already showed you. Some of them you haven't seen yet because they may be left over from last year. So I don't know if you would be interested in seeing that. If you are, let me know. And I'll do a little video showing you what I'll be bringing to this next market, because it will be the one and only one I bring Halloween things to. And the fall ones, the fall items, I think I can bring to all of them, unless I'm lucky enough to sell out. I'm not making any more. I made a couple last night, and I said I have to stop this. Out of boredom, I find these new things, some free patterns actually, and it's just how it goes. There goes my dog. Never fails. Every time I do a video, he's got a bark. Bark. So anyhow, I told you that I have a guest, and let me get them, and we'll be right back. Hold on. So here is our special guest.
Hello. How is everybody today?
It's grumpy.
It is.
So he's got something that he wanted to share with you. So I will give him the floor.
I asked, she's always asking, what should I make? So I've finally suggested something, and she dismissed it out of hand. So
you'll see why.
It's cool. And I don't like to nag, but sometimes you gotta nag. Relentlessly, she says.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, she finally made it. I love it. It's exactly what I imagined in my head. And I'm curious to see if anybody can guess what it is. Okay.
Fix it.
Come on. Does anybody want to guess? I love it. If you guessed dust bunny, you are right. That is a dust bunny.
And for those who don't know what a dust bunny is,
It's what you pick up off the floor when they rolling around or sweep up. Okay. Now, the big to-do was whether to put a face on him. I didn't want a face. She wanted a face.
I wanted a face.
She wanted a face, but I got no face. This is exactly what I saw in my head. What do you think? You like it? It's perfect to me. It's exactly what I imagined, with the ears, with the pink, little balls of stuff all over them.
Dust.
It's so funny. I think it's going to be a giant hit. I don't know. She says it's a loser.
I told him he can have it.
Yeah, that's what she said. So, if you think this is a good item to bring to market, let me know. Let us know what you're thinking about this. Whether it was a stupid idea, a good idea, cute, perverted, not good, whatever. Dust bunny. How many people out there would buy a dust bunny? Okay.
Oh gosh. All right.
All right. That's my dust bunny. That's one of the makes this week.
Yes.
Begrudgingly.
Absolutely. I finally did it just to get him off my back.
Yep.
Because he kept driving me nuts. Oh.
Dust bunny. How many other crocheters make dust bunnies? None.
There's a
None.
reason for that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You guys are going to be the judge of whether or not Grumpy's an idiot or not. So, there we go.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
That's his big idea
That's my idea.
that I had to create for him. So we're going now. Say bye to the girls.
Bye to the girls. You said say bye to the girls. Bye to the girls. Say he hasn't got a mouth.
Yeah, he's got no mouth.
He's
can't
got no
talk.
mouth. He can talk, but that's all. Dust bunny. Put it on your Christmas list. Dress your kids up for Halloween. And hope somebody dressed up as a vacuum cleaner doesn't come by. That's right. Okay, enough of this.
I'm going.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. I think I lost it. Oh gosh. Just crack me up. Just cracks me up. Grumpy and his dust bunny. You have no idea how much he has been hounding me to make that. He just thought that was the most brilliant idea. Everybody's going to want a dust bunny. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm trying to calm down. Oh gosh. Too much. Just too much. So anyhow, he's proud and he loves his little dust bunny, so I guess that's all that matters, right? Oh gosh, I just hope this doesn't encourage him to come up with more ideas that I have to figure out how to make for him. But we'll see. It's fun. It's fun. So let's get to this week's makes. Not pretty much all little things I ended up making, except for one big one. But we'll get going. So I made another butterfly keychain because after I showed my videos last week, someone contacted me in email and asked to buy the yellow butterfly keychain. So off that went right away. So I had to make another one Had to make another one. Isn't it cute? This is my own little design. And I tell a story in the last video of how I came up with this. So I won't bore you all who've already listened to all of that. But I think they're so cool and easy to make. And maybe, and it's a big maybe, I'll write this up and do a free Instagram pattern. We'll see. But isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? It was a hit. Everybody seemed to like it. So anyhow, would you be interested in that? A tutorial on the butterfly? That would take, not a tutorial, I'm sorry, a free pattern on Instagram. I've never written a pattern. It may take me months to write it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's not difficult to make, so hopefully not too difficult to write up. So we'll see. So last night, I had finished a project I wanted to do. I made the dust bunny. I made the butterfly. I made another one that I'll show you in a minute. So I had 3 little items finished that I made yesterday. And then I was looking on Instagram and came across something else. I know I've told you this before, but fall is my favorite time of year. And I just see something that's fall related and I have to make it. I just have to. So I saw this free little pattern on Instagram and I decided to give it a go. Give it a go. And I think it's just so cute and something that I can sell for under $10 and we'll see. It's no big deal if they don't sell. I'll put them out in my house because I love putting out fall stuff. So it's a little pumpkin pie. Look how cute that is. Is that too cute? Now, I'll put the link to this in the description below. It's a free pattern on Instagram. And there are a couple of things about it that were a little weird. And I often wonder if people who put up free patterns on Instagram have anybody test their patterns for them, because there's definitely a couple of mistakes in this one, and it was very easy to see. So I had to kind of wing it through it. The pattern itself calls for front legs. Why would you have front legs and no back legs? That was weird. So if you sat it down, it was leaning. I didn't get that. So after I got done and looked at it, I just surface crocheted some bobble stitches on the other side of it so that at least it sits up nice and easy. I love the crust. Looks like mine when I make pies. Very cute. Everything, it's no sew. You didn't have to sew anything on. You just go from the crust to the pumpkin filling to the little dollop of whipped cream on top. It's all crocheted in. You don't have to do anything. So I like the pattern. It's just, I made 3 of them and they're all different. So the second one, I decided I don't want legs on my pumpkin crust. Why would I want legs on that? So I made one without it. Same thing. But on this one, I don't know if you can tell very well, but this dollop is smaller. This one's a little bit bigger. Now this is made with a bobble stitch double crochets, 5 double crochets. This one I made with triple crochets. So 5 triple crochets bobble. So it made it just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. No legs. No legs. A pie does not have legs. I'm sorry. Oh, and I forgot to mention also, I don't remember what her name is, but it will be in the description. She had eyes over here. No, I just wanted something plain and simple. I love the little pattern. I think it's adorable. Probably could sit it on the back of a turtle. I might have to try that. But how cute is that? Cute, cute, cute. So that was the second one I made. And then the third one, I wanted a little more pie filling showing. So this is where the pattern got a little tricky, because she said to work in the back loop of row 6. Well, there was no back loop of row 6 because we did not crochet in the front loop of row 6. But when you do the crust part, you do crochet in the front loop of that. So not sure if that's what she meant or what. The other two, I fudged going into round 6. I don't know how I did it, but somehow or other I was able to pick it up. This one, I went into the back loops of row 7, which is the pie crust. Made it a lot easier because those stitches were there, and it gave it more pumpkin filling. So I don't know. I'm confused. Which ones do you like better? The less filling or more filling? Sounds like a commercial. Less filling, more filling. Anyhow, I think they're cute, and I don't know, $7, $8 for one. I'm only making the 3, so I think it'll be cute out there with my other fall things that I might be showing you in a video. So then I found another free pattern on YouTube. It was advertised on Instagram, but when you went to get it, it said tutorial on YouTube. I'm not crazy about following tutorials. I want to work and go. So I went to look at the video, and fortunately, she did the wording for every row, so you didn't have to sit and listen to her talk. So I just muted the video and followed the directions that she had on the page. And I think this is so stinking adorable. Just so cute. It's a mini elephant. Now I happen to have this yellow yarn out, and that's why I used it, because I was experimenting to see if I liked the pattern. Ooh, I got a fluff that I can't grab. There it goes. Aren't we fun? We grab something and we off onto the floor. And then we got to come in and sweep up after ourselves. Anyhow, I think it is adorable. I love, love, love the trunk. And the head is crocheted all in one piece. The only thing you have to sew the head to the body and sew the ears on. She has her ears, she likes her ears kind of crunched and hanging down like that. I'd rather have his ears up, so I leave them up. So you can do whatever you want with it. But I think this is just the cutest thing. I love how the head looks up. Got a little bit of eyelash on him, just a little bit. Got his little tail. So my goal was to make 3 of them in 3 different colors, but it's work. And how much money could I get for this little thing? I mean, he's not very big. I don't know what I have I can compare it to. Let's see. I don't drink soda out of a can, so I can't do that. So let's see in inches how big it is. So he is about 5 inches tall. 5 inches tall from his trunk. Yeah, just about 5 inches tall. And from there to his back, about 6. So 5 by 6 inches. Give or take a few millimeters. But do you love him? I think he's so stinking adorable. So cute. My next problem was, it's work. It takes me a while to make this little guy. Took me a while. Now I only have about 11 days for my market, so I got other things I need to make. I want to make a Night and White Fury to bring, because I don't have any. So those are two big projects. I hope to whip those out by the weekend. Hope. I don't usually crochet on Wednesdays, but I will start my White Fury tonight. Yes, because I'm waiting for my black yarn to come in from Parfait Chunky. So if I decided to make a couple more, I have two big elephants that I'll be bringing. And I thought these cute little ones would look really nice sitting next to the bigger ones. But what colors? If I made two more, what two colors do you think would be good? And how much? How much would you be willing to pay for this little elephant? It is adorable. Sits up perfectly. Pattern is wonderful. The only part that got a little confusing to me was how she was sewing the head on. I just did my own thing, sewed the head on. Just watched where she put the head and how much she had it looking up. And so that part was easy. But I didn't find mistakes in this pattern. I just thought it was adorable. Stinking adorable. Look at this thing. So cute. So cute. So I need your opinions. I need your help. So the next thing, well, these were the first things I made this week, actually. And I get the biggest darn kick out of these. I think Heather makes them. I think that's where I might have seen them. But it's not where I got the pattern from. One of you subscribers sent me an email with a link to these. And I went over and looked at them to see how much they were, because it's a pattern off of Etsy. And I hemmed and hawed and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. And I ended up making it. So it's these little frogs. I think it's Frankie the Frog, which is funny because Grumpy's name is Frank. How cute. I just love these little guys. They're so cute. And this one is in the Goblin Green. So cute. And I didn't have any little frogs. Well, I do have a couple little frogs, but I don't know. This one intrigued me. It was different. It was different. I mean, it's kind of leggy frog-ish, but so much better. So much better than a leggy frog. So I haven't decided on this either, how much to charge for it. I don't know, 12 maybe. That's what I'm thinking. But I have so many color greens that I did them all in different greens. And I made 3. And this is emerald green. This is all Parfait Chunky. And then I don't know what the name of this color is. It's pretty green. This is Hobie. The yellow is Parfait Chunky, but that's Hobie. And I think the 12mm eyes on these little guys. Let's do this because it'll separate out the darker greens. But are they the cutest things? I got such a kick out of them. And I decided to just keep them in greens because frogs are green, right? I love these guys. I love these guys. I have one more thing to go. No 40-minute video this week, I don't think. And I made one big thing. I didn't know what I wanted to make. I didn't want to start the dragons yet because I wanted to make sure I had enough yarn. And don't you know, when I put in my order, and I got black and I got some blues to make bigger stitches and blueies and that kind of thing. They were out of white at the time. And you could leave your email and they would contact you when they got white in. Of course, yesterday I got the email that they have white, which I need. So I had to place another order yesterday, but I only bought a couple skeins of white and one skein of pink because I have something in the back of my head that I want to do when I have time, So I don't think the white will be here in time for me to make the Light Fury for my market, because it takes a while for Parfait Chunky to send you stuff. I don't know why it takes so long. But I may have enough left from that big dragon I made several weeks ago to make one. So I'm going to play yarn chicken with my white and black and get these started. Black is on my way, so I'm not concerned about that. I will definitely have that in time. But isn't it always the case? As soon as you think you've got everything you need, you run out of one color, or you decide to make something and you need that color and you don't have it, or they're out of stock, and so frustrating. So frustrating. Anyhow, so since I couldn't work on those, I wanted something a little bit bigger. And I think Grumpy had asked me, do you have any cows? And I always make cows. I love making cows. No, I don't have any cows. Any size cow. Nothing. So I said, I know what I'll make. I'll pull out one of my patterns and make a cow. And this is my cow. And he is a big one. Turned out so big. He's made all with Michael's home chenille, like home slim chenille yarn. Cute, 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 cute. Making him with that yarn, what a nightmare. Oh my gosh. I forgot how much that yarn just falls apart. It just disintegrates in your hand as you're using it. Oh, bring on the Parfait plush, because I will be so happy. But I need to use up this yarn. I'm not going to let it go to waste. But anyhow, here's my cow. What do you think? It is adorable. It is adorable. I mean, in the end, it came out really cute. It's a little tail, and I put some little black on the end of the tail. It didn't show to do that. The spots turned out pretty good. Not as messy as usual, I think. Which one? I think this is the only one that I had to go back and sew on the sides a little bit because it was not looking very good. But the rest of them, when I pulled up the yarn, I just did it a little different. And it seemed to help and not leave such jagged edges. This one is a little bit. It is what it is in crochet, right? It is what it is. So cute, cute, cute. And as usual, Grumpy says, you know what their name is? And I went, I know him. I know how he thinks. And I looked at him and I says, you're thinking Daisy, right? He goes, how'd you know? I says, because Daisy the cow is very popular. Very popular. But I think she's so cute. And she's good size. Real good size. She's almost a foot. Almost, yeah, just about 12 inches tall. 12 inches tall, and if you go from foot to foot, that is 8 inches. So it's a good size cow. And that's it. That's all I made for this week. Too cute. Too cute, too cute. I love it. I love it. I hope somebody else loves it. And I think I've been doing pretty good these last couple of weeks. I've made quite a few things. I made 10 items this week, counting the dust bunny. And last week I made 16 items. Ooh. That's because I made lots and lots of little ones, but gotta have those little ones. That's money in your pocket, right? Money in your pocket. I don't know how many people are going to want to pay $30 or $35 for that cow. I'm not sure of the price. And the eyes, she wanted you to put 20 to 25 millimeter eyes on this. Look at the size of this head. I'm not going to put 20 or 25 millimeter eyes on this. These are 35 millimeter eyes. And I could have gone up. I could have done 40. I don't think I have any that big, but so cute. So cute. I do love making cows. That was a lot of work. There's a lot of sewing in that cow. Got to sew the muzzle on, got to sew the horns on, got to sew the ears on, got to sew the legs on, got to sew the arms on, and sew the head to the body. No. Did I? I gotta think now. No, I think it's all crocheted in one piece. But everything else you have to sew on, which of course I could not sew with the Michael's yarn because it would just fall apart after 1 or 2 stitches. So I used cotton crochet thread to sew it on. And I know it's good and secure because it's not going to break. So that's that. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed my video. And if I ask for advice, please don't be afraid to give me some. I need it. If I ask for it, it's because I need it. And look at this little guy. Oh, I love him so much. So cute. Ah, so cute. Anyhow, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And until next time, keep crocheting. Bye.